Once upon a time, in a cozy little corner of the world, lived a mother pig with her 3 little sons. Now, these weren't just any little pigs. The eldest was practical and always thinking ahead. The middle pig was a bit of a daydreamer, always looking for the easy way out, and the youngest, oh, he was the most playful and energetic of the bunch. One sunny morning, their mother gathered them around. "My dear sons," she said, her voice full of love, "you've all grown up so much. It's time for you to go out into the world and build your own homes. To seek your own fortunes." She gave each of them a little kiss and a packed lunch, and with a wave sent them on their way. The 3 little pigs were both excited and a little nervous. A brand new adventure was beginning. So off they went, trotting down the lane. The first little pig, the youngest and most eager to get back to his games, was the first to spot an opportunity. He saw a farmer pulling a cart full of straw. "Perfect," he squealed. He ran up to the farmer and asked politely, "Excuse me, sir, could I please have some of that straw to build my house?" The farmer, a kindly man, smiled and said, "Of course, little pig, take as much as you need." In no time at all, the first little pig had gathered a big bundle of straw. He didn't waste a second. He huffed and he puffed and he piled the straw up, tying it together here and there. In just a few hours, voila! A house of straw stood in the meadow. It wasn't the strongest house, but it was quick. "Now I can play all day," he thought, and he danced a little jig before going inside for a nap. The other 2 pigs continued down the road. Soon they came across a man gathering a big pile of sticks. The second little pig, the one who liked to cut corners, saw his chance. "Sticks," he thought. "That's better than straw, but still pretty easy." He trotted over to the man and asked, "Good sir, could I trouble you for some of those sticks to build my house?" The man agreed, and the second little pig got to work. He gathered the sticks and started arranging them. It was a bit more work than the straw house. He had to cross them and weave them together. It took him the rest of the afternoon, but finally he had a house made of sticks. It looked a bit wobbly, but he was pleased. "Good enough," he declared. "Now, time for a long rest." And he went inside his new stick home to relax. Now, the third little pig, the eldest and wisest, just shook his head. He knew that a house needed to be strong and safe. He kept walking, determined to find the best material. His journey took him a little further until he saw a bricklayer with a cart full of strong red bricks. His eyes lit up. "This is it," he thought. "This is what I need." He approached the bricklayer and said, "Sir, I need to build a very strong house. May I please have some of your bricks?" The bricklayer was impressed by the little pig's serious expression. "A strong house is a wise choice," he said. "Take all the bricks you can carry." Building a house of bricks was no easy task. It took the third little pig days of hard work. He had to lay the foundation, mix the mortar, and carefully place each brick one by one. His brothers came by to visit, laughing at him. "Why are you working so hard?" they teased. "Come and play with us." But the third pig just kept on working. "I'm building a house to keep me safe," he replied. "You should have done the same." Finally, after a whole week of patient labor, the brick house was finished. It had a strong foundation, thick walls, and a sturdy chimney. The third little pig felt a great sense of pride and security as he locked his solid wooden door. Meanwhile, lurking in the woods nearby was a big, bad wolf. He had a rumbling tummy and had been watching the three little pigs with a hungry glint in his eye. He'd seen them build their houses and thought, "3 little pigs for dinner. I'll start with the easiest one." He crept up to the straw house. He knocked on the door, trying to make his voice sound friendly. Little pig, let me come in," he called out. The first little pig peeked through a gap in the straw and saw the wolf's big paws. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin," he squeaked, his voice trembling. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. And he took a deep breath, and he huffed ... and he puffed ... and whoosh. The straw house blew away in a cloud of dust. The terrified little pig scrambled out of the wreckage and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to his brother's house of sticks. He banged on the door, shouting, "Brother, brother, let me in. The big bad wolf is coming." The second pig quickly opened the door, and his brother tumbled inside just as the wolf arrived, licking his lips. The wolf knocked on the stick door. Little pigs, let me come in," he growled. The two pigs, huddled together, cried out, "Not by the hair of our chinny chins." The wolf grinned a wicked grin. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." He took an even deeper breath this time. He huffed ... and he puffed ... and crack, snap. The house of sticks splintered and collapsed into a pile of kindling. The two little pigs squealed in terror and fled. "To our brother's house," they shrieked, running for their lives. They raced across the field to the solid brick house, pounding on the door. "Brother, help! The wolf! He blew our houses down." The third little pig calmly opened his strong door and let his frantic brothers in, locking it securely behind them. Just moments later, the wolf, now very angry and very hungry, arrived at the brick house. He was out of breath, but determined. He knocked on the door, much harder this time. Little pigs, let me come in," he bellowed. From inside, 3 voices shouted back defiantly, "Not by the hair of our chinny chins." The wolf was furious. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in pay." He sucked in all the air he could, his chest swelling up like a giant balloon. He huffed and he puffed, but ... nothing happened. The brick house didn't even tremble. He tried again. He huffed and he puffed and he huffed until he was blue in the face. The house stood firm. The wolf, exhausted and dizzy, had to sit down and think. "This pig is too clever," he muttered to himself. "But I'm cleverer." He had an idea. He looked up and saw the chimney. Aha, I'll climb up on the roof and slide down the chimney. But the third little pig was clever indeed. He'd heard the wolf scrambling on the roof. Thinking fast, he told his brothers, "Quick, help me with the fireplace." They lit a roaring fire and placed a big pot of water on to boil. Up on the roof, the wolf positioned himself above the chimney. "Here I come, little piggies." He chuckled. He slid down, 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 and landed with a giant splash right in the pot of boiling water. With a yelp of pain that echoed through the forest, the wolf shot back up the chimney like a rocket, his tail singed and his pride completely shattered. He ran off into the woods, never to be seen by the three little pigs again. From that day on, the first two little pigs understood the value of hard work and planning. They moved in with their brother, and together they built two more strong brick houses right next to his. They still had plenty of time to play, but they always made sure their work was done right first. And the three little pigs lived safely and happily ever after. And the moral of the story: it's always worth taking the time to do things properly. A little extra effort in the beginning can save you a lot of trouble in the end. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.